Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Absolutely Podcast, the podcast specifically designed to help women defeat diet culture and live their dream healthy lifestyle. Today, I'm going to be discussing my fitness hot takes, and they potentially could get me into some hot water here. I don't want to say cancel it because nothing's too crazy, but I am excited to go over that today because I definitely think I have some hot takes, especially just with being in the wellness fitness industry now for almost 4 years, which is insane. But I'm going to be going over today what my hot takes are with that. But first, a little bit of housekeeping here. So, number one, if you're not already subscribed to the podcast or just on any platform, that would be really helpful to me. And if you want to leave a rating and review, I would also love that as well, just so we can get this podcast out to more people, especially if you do find it helpful. And then the second thing, I am hosting a Hot Girl Holidays Masterclass on Tuesday. It is quickly approaching. People are signing up left and right, and there are limited spots. Basically, what we're going to be going over in this masterclass is how to just be your hottest, healthiest self during this holiday season. Potentially, if you want to lose 10 pounds before 2025 instead of be up 10 pounds before the new year, this masterclass is for you. And I'm going to be teaching you how to do all of that without giving up your favorite cocktails, holiday treats, any of the fun stuff. So make sure to register for that. That is on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. If you can't make it, I will still send you the recording if you do register for the masterclass as well. But it's going to be a really great time, a fun time. And then I will have a Q&A following the presentation on the holiday stuff. So it's going to be a very fun evening. And I definitely want you to register and not miss it if you can. So let's jump into my just kind of like life update from this past week now. So it has been a pretty chill past week, honestly. I've been playing a lot of golf. We're back in our golf era. Not that I ever left. I've been in this golf era, but yesterday I kind of had a funny story from my golf experience. If anyone wants to hear, if not, you can skip forward a couple of minutes and get into the episode. But I went to a new golf place to hit some balls. And I typically go to the same place every time because I don't need to interact with any humans. I buy the balls in a little hut and they give them to me, and I just put my head down and I go practice because being the only girl sometimes on the range is just an intimidating thing. And I'd rather just go in peace, not talk to anyone, go hit my balls and leave. But the golf course that I typically do that at was closed. There's this thing here called overseeding, and they're doing it right now. And it means that a lot of golf courses are either closed, driving ranges closed, whatever. So I go to this new place. I go to buy some balls. I have to like go interact with humans. So I go and ask for the balls. And the man like looks at me in a panic and he's like, do you have cash on you? And I just switched out my purse and I didn't have cash on me. And I said, no, I don't. I just switched out my purse. I usually do, but not today. And he goes, oh my gosh, our card system is down right now. So I don't know what to do. Like he was just kind of panicking. And then the manager comes around and the manager is like, just have her pay after. Like not a big deal. I'm like, perfect. I'm not going to steal these balls from you guys. Don't you worry. I don't look like a scary character over here. And so I walk down, I say, hey, they just decided to come down here, get the balls. I'm going to pay after. And he's like, okay, cool. Do you want the large or do you want the small? And I was like thinking like small would be too small. Like I need more than a small. Like I need some help with this today. So I said, I'll get the large. When I tell you this man brought out a bucket, like not even a bucket, like a huge bucket. I could barely carry it. And your girl lifts in the gym. It was so heavy. There had to have been at least 200 balls in this place. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be here the rest of the day. Actually, I might be here until the place closes trying to hit through all these. But I got up there. I after 100 was just like already worn out because it's like 95 degrees still here. But it was just funny. I did go to the place after. I did not steal these balls from this poor man. I went to the clubhouse after. I paid for them, and he charged me like nothing, which was really kind of him. So I got my massive bucket of balls for not for free, but for a lot cheaper than they typically are, which that was nice. But that was my story. And now today, guys, I'm so sore, like so sore because I committed to the bit and I hit all of them. I was not going to waste anything. I needed to practice. It is the season. I gotta go golfing. Gotta go on some of these golfing dates. Okay. It's a lot. It's a full-time job over here. So anyways, that's my one fun story of the week. But honestly, everything else has been pretty chill, just working. I did onboard a couple of new clients this week, which is exciting. I'm working on the master class, so it's been a lot of work over here. But just wanted to share that funny little story because your girl is sore today. We are sore. So now let's jump into my fitness hot takes. These are just my opinions. And you know what? If these are not hot takes for you, that is totally fine. But I would love to hear your conversations too. So if you hear something on this podcast and you're like, I want to talk to her a little bit more about that, please feel free to DM me. My DMs are open. So my first fitness hot take is that macros should be something that everybody does for a period of time. I know a lot of people hate on macros. They're too restrictive. You can't be spontaneous. It's so bad for you to track macros. I don't care. I think that everybody should track macros for a period of time, purely for the education aspect. When I'm out in public, when I'm talking to people that have never tracked macros, I can tell. I can definitely tell, and you just don't understand nutrition fully if you have not ever tracked macros. And I think that tracking macros, you should do it for a period of time, whether you are just at maintenance, not having like a fat loss goal or whatever, or if you do have a fat loss goal and you want to be a little bit more structured with your nutrition, I think that tracking macros can be beneficial to literally everyone involved. And I know that I have talked about this a lot of times before, like my journey with tracking macros, and you can definitely listen to, I think it's like my second episode I made on here of my fitness journey and how like macros literally saved my life. So obviously I am like a little bit biased towards it, but even if I wasn't biased towards it, I think it is a great tool to learn because you will really understand how to fuel your body. And it's just so freeing to me. Like I no longer see foods as good or bad. I can go to any restaurant and know what meal to select. I can go on any vacation and know how to fuel my body and how to not go completely overboard or underboard with my nutrition. And I fell into so many restrictive and bad habits when I didn't know about macros and just didn't know about like what nutrition looks like. And now I have that skill. And with my clients, that is something that I help them out with, is learning macros for a period of time in order to have the freedom long term to know how to mindfully eat and still look and feel the way you want. Because ultimately, if you have some knowledge around what protein, carbs, and fats are in every food, it's going to really, really help you with your nutrition goals. I'm thinking about one client in particular that I'm working with right now that's amazing. And she was definitely like a healthy eater before, but just the awareness that you learn through tracking is so amazing. So in her check-in this week, and I'll call her out on this, she was like, I didn't realize that one container of Chick-fil-A sauce has 21 grams of fat in it. And yeah, that's like something you wouldn't know unless you were tracking macros. And think about it. You're like, oh, I'm eating so healthy. I'm getting the grilled chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A and I'm having the sauce with it, not knowing that that's such like a high in fat sauce. And if you're having that multiple times per week, you potentially could be like maybe not getting to your goals because you don't understand macros. So anyways, that's just like one specific thing. And not to say that like sauce is bad or anything. I just told her like, just now that you have the awareness around it, it really does help. Or people think, oh, I'm eating so healthy but not losing body fat. But what they don't know is that they're eating way too much olive oil. They're having way too many healthy things that it does cause it to be higher calorie for them. And that's where macros is really helpful because you learn like, oh, I didn't realize this item was super high in fat, or I didn't realize this item was super high in calories. Yes, it might be healthy, but it's not necessarily calorically like great for my goals right now. So I definitely believe that tracking macros is such a great tool for anyone at any period of time to learn. My next hot take here is that eating too clean isn't good. And I might get some heat for this because obviously eating clean is very important. And I know the health freaks come out and they're like, seed oils are so bad and this is so bad and this is so bad. But you know what also is not good? Like fearing foods and avoiding social situations and avoiding dinners with family and stuff because of those items. I think there is a good balance of being healthy 80 to 90% of the time and then allowing yourself that grace to be a human 10 to 20. That's the way I have lived my life for a long time now, is eating healthy, eating most of my meals at home, eating not processed foods, but also not fearing going out to eat, not fearing going to a meal that I didn't cook myself, or maybe having some seed oils, going to Chipotle once a week and realizing, okay, that's is not going to kill me. I think a lot of times people get really scared and almost like fear tactics. Like one thing right now I'm seeing everywhere is the seed oils thing or the carnivore diet and only eating animal based or whatever. And you know what? For some people that might work and that might be great. But for the majority of people that just want to be lifestyle, eat healthy, and just live a long, fulfilling life, eating 80/20, in my opinion, is great. And you shouldn't fear that 20%. I've had a lot of clients I've worked with that have been so terrified of that 20% that it takes over their whole life. And they're so scared of what's going to happen if I have the cupcake, or what's going to happen if I accidentally have an extra glass of wine at dinner. And that's not a healthy spot to be in either psychologically. And in today's day and age, no matter how clean you eat, there still is going to be an element of processed and pesticides and stuff. And so all we can do is do the best that we can. But if you're allowing the bad foods or like the seed oils of the world and whatever to like completely alter your mental health, your physical health, like that's going to cause probably more harm than good. So that's why I really, really encourage that 90/10 approach, that 80/20 approach, because that way you're not missing out on life and you never look back and you're like, you know what? I said no to all these social events, but I didn't eat seed oils. Like, I'm so amazing. Like, you're probably going to look back and be like, wow, I wish I would have had maybe or said yes to that dinner with my grandparents because I said no because I was nervous about seed oils. Like, I just feel like that's not a great way to live, but obviously everyone's a little bit different. And this is, again, a hot take episode. So this might just be my hot take, but I want to be able to, if I go out to eat and maybe I'm going to Disneyland with my sisters, like have a meal that I typically would not have, and realizing that that is okay from time to time. My next hot take: boot camps suck. I hate boot camps. And I'm talking about like HIIT classes, fit body boot camps, whatever. So the reason I say that they suck is because they're marketed towards women that want to lose fat and tone up, but they're literally doing the exact opposite of things. And you know what? Sure, there might be some people that are like, you know what? I've seen great results from boot camps. But the large majority of women that I've talked to that have done boot camps in the past have not seen the results they wanted, and they've spent a ton of money on these things, a ton of time, a ton of effort. These things are hard. They're not easy, and they're still not looking or feeling the way you want. And the reasons that I don't like it, like I said, is the marketing behind it, because they're marketing it for women that want to get lean and toned, where boot camps, they're usually very high intensity. You're not practicing progressive overload, so you're not doing the same workouts every single week, so you're actually not really building muscle efficiently, and you're stressing your body out, which actually is leading to more inflammation. And you're wondering why you're not seeing results, and you're putting in all this work, and it's because your workouts are not efficient for your goals. And what I find is that women that I work with that go from being chronic boot campers to then going more so in the route of strength training, practicing progressive overload, doing more low intensity cardio, they actually start seeing way better results and quicker results, because they're actually following a plan that is strategically designed to get lean and toned, rather than a boot camp that is just designed to make you feel like you're doing a really hard workout and then not seeing the results that you want. And that's the thing I don't like about it, is that women leave it and they're like, I got such a great workout in, and then they're not seeing the results day after day after day. Or maybe they see a little bit of results in the beginning and they're like, great, this is awesome, I'm going to sign up for 12 weeks. And then you realize, wow, I'm actually not seeing results now, and I feel maybe worse than I did before. And that's never a fun spot to be in. So boot camps, if you love them, great for you. Love that for you. But if you want to get lean and toned, they're not the best approach to do. Okay. My next hot take here. Spending time in the gym makes you money, makes you spend more time with your kids, just makes you a better overall human and gives you time. So a lot of people view going to the gym as a time suck for them. And they're like, I don't have time to go to the gym. I need to be in the office making more money. I need to be spending time with my kids. I need to be doing XYZ because I don't want to spend the time in the gym because it's going to waste time in other areas of my life. And let me tell you, once I changed this perspective for myself, it really, really helped me. Especially when building my business, I got to a point where I was sometimes debating not working out because I was like, you know what, I could fit this 60-minute sales call in and make some money doing that. Like maybe I shouldn't be going to the gym. And that's such a bad mentality to have. No matter where you're at in your career, if you're the CEO of Disney or if you're working at McDonald's, it is so important to get your workout in it because it's going to make you more money long term. When you work out, you're ultimately more productive. Your brain is better. It functions better. You're cognitively better functioning. Therefore, you're going to end up making more money in the future. I've found this so many times. I mean, I've seen a lot of my friends and stuff go through phases, especially in the fitness industry, where they do start kind of slipping on that. And they're like, I'm going to start taking more calls because I'm going to make more money. And what they find out is that they're actually less productive and they actually burn out a lot quicker and end up making less money in the long run because they are sacrificing their health for monetary expense. And I've seen this with people, very close people to me. It's like, if you worked out 20 minutes a day, if you worked out 30 minutes per day, like you would be so much more driven, productive. Your brain would be working better. And so I see my gym time not as a like sunk cost of, oh, I'm spending time in the gym, like I'm wasting time that I could be working. I see it more so as I'm spending time in the gym. I'm actually adding on money into the future that I'm going to be able to make. Because think about it. If you are working out, if you're keeping your body healthy, that's less time that you spend sick out of work. That's less time that you spend having brain fog during the day. This is more time that you can work in your life because by 80, you're feeling good. Whereas the person that never worked out in their life and ate Taco Bell every single day, they are probably going to have a shorter, like productive lifespan and probably not be feeling that great by maybe, I don't know, 50, 60. You're going to have more years of your life if you spend time working on your health and fitness than if the people they're like, oh, I don't have time to. I don't see that as a good excuse. And like I said, too, makes you spend more time with your kids. A lot of people are like, you know what, I'm a mom. I can't work out. I don't want to spend time away from my kids. When in reality, maybe the time you're spending with your kids right now, you're worried about your weight. You're not able to chase your kids around at the park. You're feeling unhealthy. And maybe you, I mean, God forbid, like have some sort of like health scare, right? And you have less time to spend with your kids then. Like, by having time in the gym and dedicating time for your health and fitness, you are maximizing and elongating the time with your friends, with your family. And I like to think of it as like the perfume effect. Like you put on perfume not only for you, like obviously perfume smells good, but everyone around you can smell it. So like your family, your gym time is your perfume. Yes, you're doing it for you, but everyone else around you can feel that aura when you are taking care of yourself. So I 100% believe that gym time gives you money, gives you prosperity, and gives you a better chance of spending time with your family in the long term. My next hot take is that 10-minute workouts are better than 0-minute workouts. I was on a phone call with a girl yesterday and she was like, you know what? I don't think I have time to spend on this. I just don't think 10-minute workouts are going to be effective. And I asked her straight to her face, I go, so is 10 minutes better than 0 minutes? And she said yes, because over the course of a year, if you spend 10 minutes a day, let's see, 10 minutes per day, I'm trying to open my calculator here, is obviously 300, it's 3,650 minutes per year, which is way better than 0 minutes per year, right? And if we divide that into hours, you're working out 60 or 61 hours the whole year. Like if you work out 10 minutes per day, that is way better than nothing. And most people can do more than 10 minutes. Look at your screen time on your phone. Your screen time on your phone probably says that you're on TikTok, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you're on whatever for way more than 10 minutes. You're watching the news for more than 10 minutes per day. Imagine if you spent the 10 minutes that you were watching the news at night doing a workout while watching it. I think that a lot of people believe, oh, I can't really work out for an hour. I can't work out for 2 hours. It's that means it's not effective. When in reality, like, yes, it is. It's going to pay off. It's going to pay off long term. And again, it's going to add to your life. It's going to add to how much money you're making. It's going to add to your family life. And it's very, very, very important to recognize that it's not all or nothing. You can work out for 10 minutes and still see these amazing results. And I even just created a program for a girl, like just sent it out to her just literally right before I popped on this podcast, that we're working out 20 minutes, 4 days per week for strength training. And guarantee she's going to see some great results if you have the right plan, if you have the right protocols, and if you stick to it. Whereas the person that's like, oh, like I work out, I try to work out, but I can only do it when I can work out for an hour. And they end up working out an hour once a month. Like that's not realistic. Whereas they probably could fit in a 15-minute workout every day, right? So ask yourself, if you're not working out right now, could I allocate 15 minutes of my TikTok time, of my time that I'm spending doing something that's not as productive to myself to benefit my future self? Okay, I'm done on that tangent over there. Next and last one, and I probably have other ones, but these were just the ones I thought about while on my morning walk today. Last one, supplements are not necessary. The supplement industry has gotten out of hand. There are supplements for fat loss. There's supplements for belly fat loss. There's supplements for getting toned. There's supplements for literally everything. And I think supplements are great as an extra credit thing, but I think supplements are marketed to being like the main like cause of making a change in your life. And I do not think that supplements are going to get you over the finish line. I think the basics with your workouts, nutrition, sleep, water, that is going to do way more than taking a bunch of supplements. Taking a bunch of supplements and not working on the basics, like I just mentioned, you can just think about it as just flushing those supplements down the toilet, honestly. If you're not working on those things, your supplements are not going to work. And that's why a lot of people are like, oh, these green powders don't work. And it's because you're not focusing on literally anything else. You're just taking green powder and expecting it to change your life. Obviously, it's not. It's going to probably not do anything. And even if you are taking a green supplement and being really healthy, probably not still going to see results because green powders are kind of stupid in my opinion. But that's another hot take. Green powders are dumb. But supplements are not necessary at all. If you are focusing on your fitness, if you're focusing on your nutrition, if you're focusing on getting 80% whole foods, that's more than enough. You don't need any supplements. You can save your money. Now, I think like adding in a protein powder here and there can be really helpful from like a convenience perspective. For me, I have gone now like 4 months without having a protein powder once, and I hit my 150 grams of protein every single day. So it is possible. I think eating whole foods though is the best thing, especially when it comes to perspective of a lot of people, like why they want to take supplements is to lose fat or is to like have some sort of nutritional gain. And I think with instead just doing the 80-20 approach, you will feel a lot better. You'll have more energy and you won't need to buy those supplements that probably don't work. For me, the main supplements that have stayed in my routine, I take a multivitamin, which I think is important. I take a magnesium glycinate because a lot of women are deficient in magnesium, and that is something that is a little bit harder to get through nutrition. And then I will sometimes take a fish oil pill, kind of cycle on and off that. And I take a probiotic, but I also eat a lot of probiotic foods, so not even necessarily like a need for me. But I make it very, very simple with my supplements and just use my other habits and just lifestyle choices as the main decision factor for how I am feeling day to day. So those are all my fitness hot takes. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you resonate with any of these or if you took something out of this, I would love for you to share this episode, leave a rating, review, and make sure to get signed up for my Hot Girl Holidays masterclass. But I will talk to you all next week. Bye.